Today in Uzbekistan, polls have closed on a historic constitutional referendum that could pave the way for President Shavkat Mirziyoyev to remain in power for another 20 years until the year 2040. It was a day of voting, with polling stations open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., by which time the Election Commission had to announce the result within 10 days. Mirziyoyev, 65, has been in power since 2016 following the death of the former dictator Islam Karimov. He claims that these constitutional changes are intended to improve the quality of life of the country, a Central Asian landlocked nation of 35 million people, and enhance its political governance. Critics, however, fear that these changes essentially mean that Mirziyoyev will be able to remain in power as long as he pleases. Government officials have gone all out to try to give the referendum a sense of legitimacy. A number of celebrities were enlisted to take part in pro-referendum rallies and concerts, and billboards in the capital Tashkent encouraged the population to come out and have their say in the vote. The response from citizens was good, with 73.17% turnout recorded 7 hours after the opening of polling stations. Shamsuddin Zurayev, a 40-year-old businessman, commented on this outside the Tashkent polling station. "The new constitution will change my life," he said, "but I don't really know in what way." On the other hand, some such as Nurkamil, a 70-year-old pensioner, fear that the president is trying to emulate the system of the Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has been in power since 2000. While after a long period of heavy repression, reform under the Mirziyoyev presidency has seen a clampdown on forced labor, activists complain of persistent human rights abuses and say that a move away from authoritarianism has still been seen. Last year saw at least 21 deaths in Uzbekistan as part of government suppression of demonstrations, leading to accusations of lethal force against protesters. Olivier Ferrando, a researcher at the Catholic University of Lyon, believes the referendum does demonstrate a degree of progress and is a flagship measure for Mirziyoyev, intended to help show a move away from the legacy of Karimov, his predecessor. The changes propose the banning of capital punishment and the protection of human rights seen as essential elements in Mirziyoyev's vision of a new Uzbekistan. Mirziyoyev came to power promising to address the economic and social problems, including fuel shortages and poverty in the country, but the implementation of such reforms remains to be seen. However the referendum ends, many promises have been made.